parts production. That was very common, was to take automobile production, convert it to aircraft production. The FM2 Wildcat you'll see later on today was actually Eastern aircraft or Eastern automobile in New Jersey, and the aircraft factory was turned into or the automobile factory was turned into an aircraft factory. Okay, there's a 3/4 ton WC-54 ambulance, and more of what I refer to as the ubiquitous Jeep. I paid $0.25 for that word this morning, and now I'm going to use it. I see General Spots is in a Jeep right there. He's waving to the crowd. There's a very nice museum that I highly recommend in Boyertown called the Carl Spots World War II Museum in Boyertown, Pennsylvania. They are putting together a B-17 flight simulator that you can actually
check.
airplane parts production. That was very common, was to take automobile production, convert it to aircraft production. The FM2 Wildcat you'll see later on today was actually Eastern aircraft or Eastern automobile in New Jersey, and the aircraft factory was turned into or the automobile factory was turned into an aircraft factory. Okay, there's a 3/4 ton WC-54 ambulance, and more of what I refer to as the ubiquitous Jeep. I paid $0.25 for that word this morning, and now I'm going to use it. I see General Spots is in a Jeep right there. He's waving to the crowd. There's a very nice museum that I highly recommend in Boyertown called the Carl Spots World War II Museum in Boyertown, Pennsylvania. They are putting together a B-17 flight simulator that you can actually standard ration was 3 gallons per week. Can you imagine trying to get back and forth to work on 3 gallons per week? National speed limit 35 miles an hour. Okay, there is Mr. Indian Robin Markey in an Indian motorcycle with the sidecar. I've actually seen him ride that thing around with that sidecar tipped up and scare the living you-know-what out of the passenger. He is an accomplished rider for a long time and probably one of the original World War II weekend guys here. I've known him like forever. Air Corps Jeep, here's a whole flight crew going out in a Jeep. That wasn't unusual. It was as many guys you could get on it because it sure beat walking. And there's the way the bombs got to the planes. There was either a stream of them behind one of those tugs or behind a Jeep. Okay, you notice the staff car there. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's a 41 Plymouth. I could be wrong. He'll correct me and I'll hear about it for the rest of the day, but that's okay. But to make the point, all automobile production stopped in 1942, and anything that was left over was usually requisitioned by the services to be used as staff car for high-ranking officers. You couldn't buy a car, no matter who you were in World War II during the war. Okay, that's an M3 half-track. Probably a white. Notice the anti-ditching roller on the front. That's to keep you from getting stuck in a ditch. It's not to help the cook roll out the muffins in the morning. Okay, another one of those very useful tug tractors. Okay, that is a Brockway C666 crane. That was just put into operation not too long ago by some incredibly skilled military vehicle owners and operators and mechanics. These guys are just amazing. I also consider very good friends of mine, Paul Ray and Brian Cessna. Among others, I see Kevin Littlewood in there and a couple others I recognize, and maybe even Brian's lovely wife, Lisa. And the crane was made by Quickway, and again, that is about as unique as it gets. That's Lisa's WC there, and that's Brian Cessna. Brian Cessna is as awesome gets. When that sound tower went down in a storm, they were one of the first guys on the scene, had the mess cleaned up in no time, and they come to my rescue all the time. Now that's an Award M1 A1 wrecker. That comes in Conway with the rest. That has picked up more things, including changing the clutch in my Jeep 2 years ago when it broke. Here at World War II weekend, it also dragged the sound tower that blew over and had it done in a jiffy. There's a CCKW, and that's called a tipper. Gee, can you imagine why? So not only can you put troops in the back of it, you can dump them out in a hurry. Just kidding, folks. It acts like a dump truck. Okay, there's a WC-52 coming into view here. Another one of those Dodge Power Wagons. Again, a lot of civilian production turned over to military production. And behind that was another one, and that is actually an actual Bell telephone line truck. And a lot of Bell telephone linemen were had enlisted during the war and used because there was an awful lot of telephone communication used during wartime, during World War II. So they became very, very valuable and put themselves in a lot of danger to get those telephone lines strung. Okay, we got a three-wheel bicycle.